This is Level Up Success Podcast with Neth and Truth.
Hey, let me ask you this. What as far as what you do, how many well, we kind of already dived into this, but like how many people are getting into this field that you're in right now? Like, do you see like a demand for it? People that are looking to be a post story producer, like, do you see a lot of new people getting into this career, or is it limited?
I don't think I think I think it's a very cutthroat industry, and that like a lot of people want to do it.
Yeah.
I think there's a high demand for this job, and that's also another reason why I feel like I have to really like learn how to. Well, I learned to market myself, because if you don't stand out, or if you don't have like a special quality about you, like usually, not always, but like it really helps. Like for example, like I speak Spanish, that that has gotten me so many jobs, especially like especially on 90 Day Fiance, because they always need someone who speaks Spanish, because the couples are always like Spanish
Yeah.
or something like that. So like I feel like the fact that I speak Spanish has really helped me. I feel like my age has helped me. Like for example, I remember when I worked in Love and Hip Hop, like a lot of the story producers didn't understand the slang. But because I'm young and urban, like I knew what they were saying, and I was there like helping them out. I'm like, oh, she means this or she means that. I remember I had a story producer who didn't know what the goat meant. And she was asking me, she's like, why does she keep calling her a goat? I'm like, I don't think she
Yo, like I just thought about her, like her version of it, like a goat. Why are you calling?
You know what?
I'm like, no.
That's hilarious.
I remember being like, no. The goat is like she's like it, like she's legit, like she knows her shit, like type thing. And she goes, oh, okay, I get it. I remember, so like I think being like from an urban area, being young, being of color has really helped me in my industry.
Yeah.
But I do see it changing. I do see a lot of demand for like all these jobs. I do see, I feel like, again, I feel very blessed and fortunate to be able to be where I am right now, especially at my age.
Yeah.
So, but I think that, at the same time, I worked for it, and like I have gone, through highs and lows to be able to get where I am. And like, again, as a person of color, I think my journey is very different than a cis white person.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I feel like there is demand for this industry. I thought at one point, because of Netflix and Hulu and like HBO, I thought that like cable TV was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's still hanging on. So I think my job is still here.
Yeah. I mean, no, I mean, you still, I mean, it doesn't matter, because even if Netflix takes over, they're gonna have that type, this type of content is gonna transition to that. So I don't think you should worry about that.
Yeah, because I feel like media and production, if it, like you say, if it doesn't show up on TV no more, it's gonna be everybody using Netflix, Hulu, even every channel like Fox and.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, for example,
yeah.
my show right now it's on HBO. I mean, I'm sorry, my show right now is premiering on HGTV, but it's also on the Discovery app.
Oh wow!
Like, but the Discovery app, you can still watch it.
Exactly.
So we are pivoting and we are transitioning into like this more like digital era, but I think we're also pivoting with that.
Okay.
So I think that's something that like at first I used to worry about it, because I'm like, I don't even watch cable TV myself, and I'm here making cable TV. But then I realized, that like I think networks are adapting to that, to be able to make all these shows more accessible to like a larger audience.
No, it makes sense. It's like with the record label. Remember when it went from CD to streaming, they had to adopt. They was not happy at first. So I feel like it's the same thing that's happening with media. They're gonna to adopt with other media app to streaming app. So no, it's dope.
Too, like I feel like, speaking of media and like platforms, I feel like TikTok influencers are now having their own like talk shows.
Yeah.
And my prediction with that is that I feel like all these TikTok influencers are going to start having their own shows, and that's where I'm going to come in too. So I'm waiting for that.
There you go.
No, it makes sense.
So one of as far as the field of advantages, something that I notice when I do try to reach you is that you're constantly traveling. So like, how is that experience for you? I mean, do you look at it as an advantage? Because I know sometimes when you're doing something consistently, it doesn't seem like an advantage, just another day at work. You know what I mean? Like, but isn't a lot of people would love to have the opportunity to travel.
It sounds glamorous and it sounds really cool, but at the end of the day, it is work.
Yeah.
well, that's how I view it. You
Mhm.
know, there is a little more extra time with traveling because airplanes and whatnot. But like at the end of the day, it is work. It's still just as exhausting. But it
Yeah.
is cool to be able to travel and like visit different like places in the world
Yeah,
for
yeah.
work. But I think in the future, I definitely want to work more like in the field, so shooting the shows and being
Yeah.
able to travel more.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that's something I have never done and I would love to do.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be cool.
Yeah, I only asked that question because like we had a guest. I mean, we didn't talk much about it. Yeah, Moreno.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like we talked about him doing real estate and Airbnb, but one of the things that he does also, he's a musician, so he plays for a lot of artists. Him and another friend of mine, they always talk about how they're traveling to all these different places. But when I ask him, when I say, man, that's awesome, man, I would love to do that. Like, oh man, it's work as usual. We just go and play for 1,000 people, 1,000
because
screaming
they
fans.
play for like famous artists.
Yeah, yeah. They play for famous. Yeah.
They talk about it like just regular singers,
Yeah,
regular
and
artists. They
I'm
are
just like,
superstar.
yeah, and I'm just like, bro, like, do you not understand? Like you're doing things that people would dream. Like,
If you
but
know.
I get it. I get it though. Yeah.
Yeah, that in itself, 100% a privilege. It's 100% something that that like from the outside looking in, it's like, whoa, that's so glamorous, that's so cool, and it is 100% it is. But sometimes I find myself that like if I do that, I end up like working more hours, having to work harder because I'm like on the flight trying to catch up or like you know what I mean. Like it is work at the end of the day. So I feel like from the outside looking in is glamorous, but in reality, it is work. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, touche. It makes sense though.
No,
makes
it
sense.
does
'Cause
make sense.
I see myself like when they would dress me like, oh, it's just like work. I try to like put myself in their shoes. I'm like, you know what? I think if all I was doing was like playing all the time, it just becomes an actual thing. You got to make sure that you're perfecting your craft. So that's the mindset that goes in when you're in that type of field. You're not thinking about what you have. You're thinking about like how do I get this done? Let's get to work. Let's
For sure.
focus
I
on
have a
this. Yeah.
friend- I have a friend who she works in PR for like like big like alcohol brands like Ciroc and stuff like that, and she has to travel for work too for like events. And in my head, I was like, wait, you get to like travel all the way to like LA to go to like an event, to basically drink and get lit for free? She goes, well, I'm not getting lit, I'm working. Like I'm actually like promoting the event. I'm actually making sure everything's good. And in my head, I was like, wow, like you're basically partying for work. But no, it's very different. Like she's there like to work.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's a disadvantage because she's having to take like a red-eye flight the next day to work the next day and like catch up on her office work. And she's doing basically working there and working at home. It's a lot. And
Yeah.
it's
Another thing to take to account, you're actually doing something which is the biggest advantage. It looks that you're doing something that you love, and that's something that we don't see enough of, where people just you transition to do something that they love. And I attest to like what we're doing now. Like this podcast is something that we love and we're working on. Like we're working on this because we believe in it. We feel like we're just helping people out, and like we doing everything we can to make sure like that.
And one thing is about this podcast, we also learn for all our guests. Like we actually gonna work on the project that we're gonna talk soon. And we work on this project with all the knowledge that we got from all our guests.
Yeah,
That's 100% true. I feel like, again, like every day, I feel like it's a blessing, really. And like, I feel so fortunate to be able to do what I love 5 days a week. Like, many people can't say that.
Yeah.
And especially and especially from like an industry where it's so cutthroat and everyone wants to do it. It's an art. Like, like I used me when I was growing up, they always told me like, oh, you want to go to school to be like to work in film? Like, you want to go to school to do something in the arts? Like, that's not realistic. And that's something that I always had in the back of my mind. Like growing up, I was like, especially in college, I remember I was like, why? All my friends were like doing psychology and like want to be lawyers. And I was like, well, I'm here going to school for media and like art and tech. And I'm like, what's gonna happen with me? Like, what if I don't make it? Like, but I've learned with time that like if you're passionate about something, you will make it work. You know what I mean? I think passion and interest really leads face forward.
Yeah.
And so I think that's with me. I'm like living proof of that. Like I'm passionate about what I do. I like what I do, and here I am right now. Like again, a young Dominican man from the Bronx,
Yeah.
working in TV. Like to me, even now, I'm like, yo, pinch me. Like,
Do
how
you-
they make it here?
Do you
Like,
see?
you know?
Yeah. Do you? And this question just came up. Do you see other people of your age doing what you're doing right now, or are you like? Do you feel like you're?
One of the real
I
ones.
will-
Yeah.
I'll be very honest. Like the youngest person I've seen in my position was 28, and I ended at 26.
Okay.
And that's what was that's why I was like hesitant because I'm like I'm so young. Like, how am I gonna do this? Like, am I equipped? Like, am I ready?
Yeah.
But like, you know, a lot of people believed in me, and I think that's what I was missing. I didn't believe in myself enough.
Would you like to share with the audience like your age? I know we never asked that. We never went through that.
I'm 27 now.
Okay.
But I got this position right before I turned 27.
Okay.
So my birthday is in October. So I got this position in October 2022.
Okay, that's awesome,
Now I'm
man.
27. Yeah.
That's
I started at 26.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. So one thing that I noticed from you, you know, like when I see you, like you have like certain like physique. I see that you know, like you work out a lot, right? Like how
You just laugh, right?
nah, I mean, but no, it's important to me because yeah. Nah, I only
Oh my god, my pits.
nah, you good, man. I only ask because you know, like if in our content we do have people that you know, like they get into shape. Like how important do you think it is for you to you know maintain your shape, or and what kind of hints can you give me? Because I'm looking to, you know, I gotta get out my shit now.
Let me tell you, I'll be very honest. Like I don't work out like, you know,
Okay.
to please anyone or anything like that. I mean, it definitely helps being a little pretty.
Yeah.
You know, but it has not gotten me where I am. I would never say that. I think
Yeah.
that like, you know, connections, working hard, and being good at what I do has got me where I am. But I will say I started working out like seriously like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I went to the doctor and I got some like blood work done, and she was like, "Listen, you're pre-diabetic. You have all
Yeah.
these things going on." I'm like, "Oh shit, hold on. I need to stop eating McDonald's," because I used to eat McDonald's like every day.
Yeah, yeah.
And so from there, I was like, you know what? I like eating McDonald's, so I'm gonna still eat it, but I'm gonna go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, from 2 years to now, I've been, you know, I go to the gym 5 times a week. That's like my hobby. If I'm not working, I'm at the gym, or if I'm not like hanging out with friends here and there, I'm at the gym. But I think that, you know, being healthy and like having work-life balance really is it's essential.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like after I go to the gym, I'm so motivated, I'm happier, like I'm like less stressed. So to me, the gym is, you know, it's health and it's also mental health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I work very long hours and like my job is very like quick, like very quick and like fast paced. And so like when I go to the gym, I feel like I can just unwind and kind of like be at my own pace.
Yeah.
And like at the same time work on my body, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Tips for the gym, honestly, this is something I learned recently actually. We all have natural abs. And like I remember I used to do crazy like crunches and like, you know, crazy pull-ups to get abs.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why am I not getting my APAC? I'm like, I'm stuck at 6. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah.
And I realized that like the trick to all those people that have crazy abs, they don't do crazy ab workouts. They do a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Like you see them on the treadmill half an hour to an hour, 5 times a week. So that's something I'm working on right now. I'm trying to like get like on the treadmill more because I hate cardio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
know?
we could agree on that. I mean, and we're talking about this. I just want to let the people know. You know, I just started my weight loss journey not too long ago. You know, like I did mess up because I did do some vacations, you know, so here and there. But in totality, since I've started, I did lose about 20 pounds. So, you know, I'm
amazing.
little happy
Congratulations.
about that, you know. So people are noticing, they're asking me. I'm like, nah, not really. I'm just, you know, just doing my thing. I'm just
promise
being
you,
modest about it, but you know.
I promise if you commit, that's all it takes. Just commit.
Yeah.
Even if like you feel like you're not eating right, commit and you'll be okay.
So
Yeah.
The same. I lost 50 pounds in the last 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
And I still ate my McDonald's, you know,
Yeah,
I still ate my little fast food, but commitment is key, you know?
No, that's to say, like, how important is for you to be consistent? Okay.
Consistency is definitely key. 100%. Like for example, like right now, I'm at a point where if I don't go to the gym for like 2 days in a row, I feel like something is wrong. Like it feels wrong. You know what I mean? But once you get into the habit, it really becomes like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like at first I hated going to the gym. I'm like, yo, like everyone's so fit and good looking, and I'm here like, you know, but like no, that's another thing too I've learned. Like no one cares.
Yeah.
Like you think people are staring at you working out? No one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing. No one gives a shit. Like no one really cares.
Yeah.
That's something that like again with like my 2 years of like being in the gym consistently I've learned. I think consistency will definitely always prevail. And even if you feel like you're not doing enough, if you get your ass in the gym every day or whenever you want to go, like that'll be enough.
Yeah.
Push yourself. Always push yourself, and you'll reach your goals.
Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Yeah. So, let me ask you this. I mean, I know you kind of mentioned to people, but like, do you have like any mentors, anybody that you follow, or guides you on, like on your path?
I don't think I've had any like mentors, but I've met a lot of people on the way who have believed in me.
Yeah.
And they saw that there was like light in me that I didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like Akila Shedrick, who got my first associate producer gig, and now Diana Jenkins Hills. She is amazing. She's like she's also a story producer. I've known her for like 3 years now, and I think that like again, she saw something that I didn't see, and I'm so glad that I took the opportunity she gave me.
That's awesome, man.
Right now, my executive producer, her name is Natalia, and she is so inspiring. Honestly, like she goes above and beyond. She's understanding. She's humble. That's something that like this industry lacks a little bit. There's a lot of people who are up at the top and they're not humble and they're very entitled. And she's not like that. So like I feel like the combination between how humble she is, how understanding, how talented she is, and just overall, she's like someone who I want to be like. Like she's inspiring.
Okay,
and
that's awesome, man.
she's an executive producer who's a woman and of color.
Okay.
So to me, that's like, oh, ding, ding, ding. Like you are amazing,
I think, yeah.
Wild.
Awesome. I think they're deserving of a shout out. You want to give them a shout out real quick, just to let them know that that you do admire what has been given to you.
Yeah, my executive producer Natalia, amazing. She literally gave me a chance. Like I had no prior experience doing what I do now, and she took a chance on me. And she literally never had a doubt that I wasn't going to succeed.
Awesome.
And so that to me was like everything. Like she believed, and so because she believed in me, that made me work even harder.
All right, Natalia. So yeah. So yeah, shout out to you, man. Because of you, like we have somebody bright and looking to expand, on his journey. So shout out to you. Yeah, that's awesome. What about do you have any hobbies? Anything that you do besides work?
Honestly, this job is so like hour demanding that when like I'm not at the gym, I'm always working, but if not, I'm at the gym, and if not, I'm like running errands, like getting groceries, like driving mom to the mall. My mom likes to go to the mall every weekend, and she don't drive, so I gotta take her to the mall every weekend. Those are my hobbies: the gym and the mall.
All right, got you. All right, that's cool.
I mean, I get the ball part. I do the same thing with my mom. So
yeah, these Dominican women love to shop.
I wait in the car though.
No, I usually go to the gym. I drop her off and I go to the gym. But then she'd be at Home Goods for like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh wow!
And then you see her come out with like 20 shopping bags, stuff that she don't need. But
yeah, that's a good tip. For you right
Home Good. Yes, that's one of my mom's favorite stop. So
oh yeah, it's all about Home Goods and Target and Walmart.
That's dope. So well, before we end this, I just wanted to ask you a question, which is what does success mean to you?
Ooh, that's a good question. So to me, I don't measure success with money. I think success means different things to different people. I think to me, success is being able to wake up and do what I love, or do something that I don't hate.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are successful and they hate their jobs, or they're successful and like they're not where they want to be in life.
Financially. So some people are financially successful, but they're not happy, where they are. So yeah. So
yeah, that doesn't mean success. Success is how you feel in life. If you're doing what you like, and I could see from this interview that you love what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's a success story.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like I'm so blessed. I'm so like, again, I'm still like, pinch me. Like, I'm still like, am I here? Like, what's happening? Like, and again, I think that being successful, I guess, in my industry or for my age is defined by, the fact that I'm doing what I love. Like passion really, like, I feel like passion, you can see when someone's passionate about what they do. And like, it's a beautiful thing. I've always said that's a beautiful thing to see people doing what they love to do because they're good at it. And like, it really radiates.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this is totally a side note, but yesterday I went to see SZA in concert. She was here in New York City.
Okay.
And I love SZA, but I saw her and I was like, in my head, I'm like, imagine doing this for like 3-4 months every day in a different city, the same music. Like, I'd be miserable. But then I'm like, hold on, but I'm not passionate about this. This is her passion. Like, this is what she loves to do.
Yeah.
And you can really see it on stage. Like, she was so happy. Like, she was so thankful to everyone who was there. Like, you felt the passion radiating. And to me, that's what success is.
Yeah.
Aside from money, she's happy doing what she likes. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to make that clear though, because some people do get that confused that having money and being extravagant is success. It's not really success. Is not really about that. Success is about being happy with what you do and how you living.
And feeling a sense of freedom. Because even though you might be stuck doing everything that you're doing, you're enjoying what you're doing. So in a sense, you feel free to do what it is that you have to do to make sure that everything gets aligned, because you're loving what you're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
For sure. And I feel like abundance comes in many different like areas.
Yeah.
Like you could be abundant like in your love life and like be broke.
Yeah.
But like if your priority is your love life and like having love in your life, then that's what you're gonna care about. You know what I mean? So I feel like abundance is what you make it.
Yeah.
Success is what you make it.
Exactly. All right.
I know
Awesome.
people who are perfectly happy, you know,
Yeah.
working everyday jobs but they're happy.
Exactly.
Like, that's what they
Exactly.
Like who am I to judge what they're doing just because I make more money or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean, success. Like my mom, for example, she's a cleaning lady. And I've always told my mom, like, you know, like when we moved to Jersey, I was like, you don't have to work. Like, I got this. And she goes, no, because this is what makes me happy. Like, I like cleaning. Like, cleaning makes me happy. Keeps me occupied. And I'm like, okay, so that makes sense. Like, that's what makes her happy. That's what success is to her.
Yeah. And I mean, and it does help that she doesn't have the financial strain. So it does help. You know,
Right,
so
sure.
so that comes into it. I mean, you get to really know like what people enjoy. You know, so awesome, man. Couldn't have said it better, man. That was good.
Thank you.
So yeah, looking forward to you know, like future meets with you, you know, keeping in contact with you, because like you know, we do want to talk a little bit more about what is that you want to do. So, you know, guys, stay tuned, you know, so anything else you want to?
Yes, that's one thing I always do at the end of the episode. Do you have any type of advice or guidance you got to give to our listener?
Oh my God. Man, I feel like looking back at like my journey and where I am now, my very short journey, I feel like if I were to put it in simpler terms, like I would tell my old self to just trust the process, because not everything's gonna happen when you want it to happen. But if you stay consistent, if you manifest, I feel like if you manifest and put the work behind it, it'll happen. It'll always happen. It'll always work out. And that's what I feel like I would tell my younger self. That's the advice I tell other people that can maybe relate.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Perfect. I like how you gave this knowledge and power. And like us, one thing. Okay, so before I end this, I just want to say to all listeners, if you like what we're doing and the content we're giving out, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We are other platforms too, but you can follow those three. You're gonna be helping us a lot. Plus, we have a website link through our Instagram where you can follow us too.
All right, bro. Perfectly said.
Yeah.
So
doing good things out here.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Yeah. So
it.
this is Neth and Truth, and this is the Level Up Success Podcast. I'm gonna give you guys a deuces.